Hello everybody, welcome back to another DIY. If you're new, you're welcome. My name is Anita Handmade Creation. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you on how to create this neck warmer booth, okay? If this is something you've been wanting to create, it is very easy to make. You can go ahead and use just half yard of fabric. You can mix them up, red, yellow, any fabric you want. So I'm going to be showing you on how to take the measurement. If you're using cm, you simply go ahead and use cm. If you're using inch, you go ahead and use inch. For me, I'll be using inch, so I'm taking round my head, just like you can see here. Round my head is 23 inch. I'm going to go ahead, I'll be adding 2 inch for the sewing allowance, and then on the width, it depends on how big you want it to be, okay? So I'll be using 10 inch. 10 inch is good for me to go. So come over. Let's just go ahead and make. So it depends on how thick you want yours to be. Me, I want mine very thick because I always feel very cool. So I'll just go ahead. I'll be using two layer each. Okay, that's because I want it to be thick, and the fabric I'm using is not quite very thick. So what I just did is the measurement we did measure, I just went ahead and cut it up, okay? Then place right side facing the right side. Then I'll be pinning them up. The next thing I'm going to do after pinning it up, I will take it to my sewing machine. I'm going to stitch. And remember, if your machine is not that strong, you may not be able to stitch this. So I'll just go ahead and stitch it on my machine. I'm using a single heavy duty. You can get it anywhere from Amazon. Okay. Just go ahead and stitch about half an inch away. When you get to the end, you have to back stitch. When you start, you have to back stitch. It's very, very important for you to back stitch when you are stitching. Okay. So when I'm done, I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'll go ahead and stitch all the way to the end. Remember to back stitch. Remember to always back stitch when you get to the end. So once I'm done, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and trim off the excess I don't need. Remove up your pins and go ahead and trim off. If you don't want to trim off, it's good. If you have an overlock machine that cuts, you can just go ahead and use that, but me, I don't have one. So I'll just go ahead and use my scissors to trim that up. Once I'm done, I'll do the same thing to the other side. Then now we can go ahead, we'll be flipping it to the right side after trimming everything up. Okay, I'm going to turn it to the right side, and bear in mind that my fabric is a bit stretchy. After turning it to the right side, the next thing you want to do is to make sure that everything lays flat. Remember, I'll be teaching you on how to do this. Don't go ahead and join it in a funny way. Look at what I'm doing here. This is how you're going to be putting up your pieces together so that by the time you flip it, it should turn. After that, just go ahead and pin that up. Making sure you pin your lining to lining, you pin your main piece to main piece, while leaving about 4 inch that you'll be able to flip out your piece. If not, you won't be able to flip it out. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch it all the way round. When I'm done, if I have anything to trim, I'll go ahead and trim. After that, I'm going to go ahead, remove my pins, and I'm going to flip it to the right side. Remember, I said leave about 4 inch that you'll be able to flip it out to the right side. When you're done flipping it to the right side, this is the best time for you to take it to your ironing board, press that up to lay everything flat. And bear in mind that you're not supposed to use a hot iron on this, okay? Then I'm going to be closing this hole. If you have a needle, just hand stitch that, or you can just